Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a good one today as we're checking out the Draft Network's own Keith Sanchez. Not Rick Sanchez, but Keith Sanchez. And we're going to look at his mock draft. He says the quarterbacks dominate the top 5. So expecting to see some trades and whatnot. But what's crack-a-lackin' is your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. Let's go ahead, dive into this sucker with pick 1, the Carolina Panthers going CJ Stroud. I feel like if you're doing a predictive mock, this is probably the way to go. I mean, yeah, I get it. CJ Stroud, he kind of fits everything that is Frank Wright. And, I mean, I get a lot of y'all put the dots together in terms of, oh, man, McCown, he loved this guy when watching the tape of the quarterbacks and whatnot in that one video I saw on Twitter. Man, it's like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I'm still going, like, I still think Bryce Young's, like, the best quarterback in this draft by a country mile, but that's just my opinion. And I imagine we're going to see him go next here for the Texans, which in fact he does. Bryce Young, the Texans, they're here at 2. They go ahead, get to start their new era, the new Ryan's era with a franchise quarterback, Bryce Young. Love it. Now let's see if things get interesting with the trade here with the Cardinals. And no trade for the Cardinals. And they go with Will Anderson. Okay, so nothing too out of the ordinary or too unusual as of right now. The Arizona Cardinals taking Will Anderson. He's the top best, whatever you want to call it, non-quarterback prospect in this class. I think the Cardinals, ideally, they probably, since they have so many holes, they feel they just lack talent currently on the roster. Maybe you want to move down, just get more draft picks, especially maybe if you could get some next year as well. But it's fine. Will Anderson, he's going to be a fine piece for the Cardinals. The Colts keep this pick, so it doesn't look like they're going Lamar Jackson just yet. And I think when I do my mock draft this weekend, I might get, later this week, I think I might get a little crazy and decide to go with maybe Lamar. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Like, part of me still thinks Lamar's going to be with Baltimore next season, but we'll see. But they go Levis. People are kind of like they're up and down when it comes to which quarterback fits best here. I think you could really, I think both are fine if you want to shoot for the moon. Go for the guy with the biggest tools. It's Richardson. If you could go Will Levis, you could start him immediately. I mean, technically, I think you could start Richardson immediately. It's just, I don't know, man. If he comes in and the accuracy, I imagine, will still be an issue. And he's probably one of the least accurate quarterbacks currently in this draft. And you kind of don't want to kill a quarterback's confidence out of the gates if you feel like he's not ready for the NFL game just yet. But Will Levis, fine pick here. I think you could do similar things, just not to the degree that Anthony Richardson can for Coach Shane Steichen. There we go. We're nailing the names. All right. The Seattle Seahawks keep this pick. So maybe there aren't any trades in this mock. They go with Anthony Richardson. I think they would love if Richardson was here. Geno's on a deal where they could get out in 1 year. So Geno could be there for 1 season. And then they move towards Richardson as the quarterback of the future. And you got to imagine Seahawks, especially these next 2 teams up. Seahawks, Lions. You're a team that has another first-round pick in this draft. So you got to imagine, man, if we snag a quarterback, just swing for the fences, that we don't even necessarily have to start right away, let's freaking go for it, dude. Send it. And then we'll fill in spots throughout the draft. Getting that guy on a rookie deal is such a huge deal when it comes to just building your team, what you're able to do with your cap space and whatnot while they're just cheap, and then just develop those guys. So I really actually love the Anthony Richardson pick here for the Seahawks, and I'd be tempted to also take him for the Detroit Lions. I don't think Richardson makes it past pick 6 if he doesn't get taken here at I would say 3, 4, or 5, and I say 3 if 3 got traded. All right, Jalen Carter going to the Detroit Lions. Listen, I hear y'all Lions fans. Oh, he's off. He is off the front office's radar. He is off their board. We're not even looking at Jalen Carter. We want nothing but high character individuals. And it's like, you're a team with 2 first-round picks. Take that swing on Jalen Carter, who could complete that offensive line for the Detroit Lions in a big way. It's silly to me. Before the poor pro day, the arrest, that now all that stuff's dealt with. We were talking about this guy as the best player in the draft. I'd be taking that swing. Jalen Carter ain't falling out of top 10. He ain't falling out of top 5 for me. That's my personal stance on that. And I get Detroit Lions fans, you listen and it's like, oh, the front office, that's what they're saying. And it's like, I'll believe it when I see it, man. It's the draft. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors and whatnot. All right, Las Vegas Raiders, they're going to be taking Christian Gonzalez since the quarterbacks are all gone, which is fine. I honestly believe that the Raiders aren't going to be taking a quarterback regardless, even if one's available here at 7. And instead, they're going to maybe look to take the shot at the first corner on the board here, get their pick of the gander, whoever fits Patrick Graham's scheme, whoever could just come in and add competition, add talent there next to Nate Hobbs, who can play inside. He can play in the slot or he can play outside. Christian Gonzalez, I think, is the top corner in this class. On to the Atlanta Falcons, Tyree Wilson, Broderick Jones. Butter my biscuits. I know the Draft Network typically have Broderick Jones as their first tackle off the board. I don't like the idea of tackle for the Falcons early this draft. I just don't. You could get corner, keep just grabbing more pieces. Corner's in a volatile position, so grabbing more talent there is always a great option. Tyree Wilson's on the board. He's a guy that I feel like the NFL is going to take in the top 10, even though I know he's not performing his pro day, or he's not doing the I think he's still nursing the foot injury, but still, he's a guy that's going to be a 3-down player because of what he could do against the run. And he's got great length. He's been uber productive. He may be unpolished currently as a pass rusher, but it's a guy you hope grows in that regard. This just makes no sense to me. I get it, okay, Matthews, but Matthews' contract, he's going to be with the team for a little bit, right? So it's you just brought back Caleb McGarry. I get the offensive line is such a huge part, but where does Broderick Jones start early here? Are you playing him guard? I don't know. I'm not in love with this. So this is the first pick where I'm just nah. Chicago Bears go with Bijan Robinson. Yo, Bears fans hate it when I drafted Bijan. People don't get. I do a mock draft every week. I've been experimenting all over the place with different teams that Bijan could go. We've done the Eagles. We've done the Carolina Panthers before they moved up. We've done, I think I did Green Bay at one point before they extended Aaron Jones. I've done everyone in the teens. I've done the Chargers. I've had them move up. I've done the Ravens. I've done it all. And Bears fans got mad, and I was like, "Hey, yo, the Piper came calling, dude. It was y'all's turn. It was y'all's time." I get it. I honestly believe the Bears probably go with Paris Johnson here. If Tyree Wilson's still on the board, I think that would be hard to pass up as well. I just think the value is much better at those two positions. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be going with Myles Murphy. I've seen Myles Murphy Just straight up, man. This guy, the NFL community does not know where to project this guy currently. They don't. And his private workout isn't set till April, what? Miles Murphy. Private workout pro day date. It's somewhere in April. I can't find it right now. It's somewhere in April. Somewhere in April. Regardless, like people, I've seen him at the back end of the first round. I've seen him here at pick 10 for the Eagles. I've seen him in the teens. That's where I'm putting him currently. Is kind of surprising. Ahead of Tyree Wilson is a bit surprising. Just right now, currently as it stands, with just kind of Murphy struggling this past year with a new DC. And just not being nearly as productive. A lot of people turn on his 2021 tape and they're like, oh, I could see where all the hype came from, because this dude was edge 2 for me to start the year, because, well, it was coming off watching 2021. And I can acknowledge, man, he wasn't nearly as good in 2022. But I do believe in the talent. I do believe that he's going to test out extremely well athletically. And I know he's unpolished as a pass rusher, but I'm willing to bet on that, man. Like, similar to not to what the Jags did in terms of first overall, but I'm willing to bet that inside the top 10, inside the top 15. So Eagles, they get a pass rusher here. Them going to the trenches is kind of a safe bet. Tennessee Titans take Peter Skoronski, so they're a guy that could. I mean, this kind of fits what we've seen from the Titans as of recently. I kind of like the idea of them going a receiver here, but maybe having to trade down a little bit, just considering receivers' position in this draft. That's going to push back. I kind of like the idea of Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's like, even if you trade back, maybe you want to stand from teams like the Packers, just in case. Maybe this is the year they draft a receiver in the first round. But I get Skoronski. It's like, oh, we could maybe play him center early, or play him at one of our tackle spots. Maybe Dillard kicks in. Maybe Nicholas Petit-Frere kicks inside, but then he would be moving to left guard. That's the thing. Maybe you start Skoronski at left guard. Like, I've already got my tackle rankings out there if you want to check that out. I kind of talk about the whole conundrum that is Peter Skoronski, depending on how NFL teams view him. He's going to be wildly, like, everywhere from, like, inside the top 10 to maybe inside, maybe even outside in some cases, the top 20. I really doubt outside, but it's just kind of where we're at with Skoronski. The Houston Texans, with their second pick, they go Quentin Johnson. I'm pretty confident this is going to be a defensive pick to really start off the D'Amico era. But I love the addition of a receiver here. They currently have really nobody outside of, who do they have? They have Nico Collins. John Mechie's hopefully coming back healthy. They brought in Robert Woods, but like he's more of this just consistent vet out there. So like, I love Quentin Johnson. Like, I think he'd be a good addition to pair up with your now rookie quarterback, but also at the same time, I do believe this might be a defensive pick with how they kind of approach defense this free agency. Didn't really go after it as hard as I thought they would. They brought it, like, they had solid signings, don't get me wrong, but like there wasn't that big one where I was like, oh, which maybe would have been maybe along the defensive line that I expected. Who do they bring? I'm pretty sure they brought in someone in linebacker. They brought in freaking Dalton Schultz. I know that, but that's not answering my question. Our lads. All right, let's check it out. I really can't think off the top of my head. Oh, that's right. Denzel Perryman. Like, oh, and Corey Littleton, but I feel like Corey Littleton, he's just regressed since he was like amazing with the Rams. Perriman's just this consistent journeyman. At this point, they did bring in Jimmy Ward, but again, like no one big on the defensive line there. Like Chase Winovich, Sheldon Rankins, but he's on a 1-year deal. Like they didn't really attack that front seven like I thought they would. Like honestly, they're probably their biggest defensive sign-in was in fact Jimmy Ward. So whoopee. So I definitely feel like they're gonna go defense. The New York Jets get Paris Johnson. This is just amazing. I like this. It looks like their offensive line, it looks good for now, but it's like it really depends on how they feel about stinking, what's this dude's name? Mekhi Becton. I really feel like they're kind of done with him. I think he's gone after this season, and you're going to need someone there at the tackle spot. And Paris Johnson's that guy. He's that guy. He's my top OT1. If you haven't checked out my OT rankings, spoiler alert, Paris Johnson's #1. So, like, I like the pick. There's a lot. Again, I don't know when this whole Aaron Rodgers thing will be resolved. Maybe it'll be a post-draft thing, too. So, that's something we might have to wait on. New England Patriots take Lucas Van Ness. Yo, I know Patriots fans got so mad at me when I did this pick, but I was like, this guy feels like a Bill Belichick type guy. We don't need pass rushers. It's like with his versatility, like I think Bill would love this cat. So, okay, let's read the blurb here. Bill Belichick has made it clear that he is going to construct this team in the manner he sees fit. That starts with the sound defense. The Patriots have a solid defense, but Bill Belichick can't pass up on drafting a versatile defensive end with pass rush upside. Lucas Van Ness has the tools to quickly become an impact starter in the NFL, and this scheme fits him perfectly, and I can't tend to agree. So, like, some of y'all Patriots fans, y'all gonna be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yo, Patriots, they do moves like this. They do moves like this. Oh, no, I just snuck a peek at the Packers pick. They snagged Luke Musgrave. Listen, I think Musgrave's firmly probably this, like, second round, midday 2 tight end right now. For him to be the first off the board, that's kind of surprising to me. You think maybe Dalton Kincaid, they get that, like, stupid receiving threat. But they also like to have big blocking tight ends, so you can talk about Darnell Washington. But I mean, are you taking him that high? Kincaid didn't run in his pro day. It kind of makes me mad. So you're kind of like, you're kind of like not necessarily guessing what he is as an athlete, but the hope there that is he a better athlete than a lot of us kind of assume. He's like, yeah, he's a good athlete, but not like a spectacular, huge elite athlete for the position. I don't think anyone's going to really say that about Dalton Kincaid, but he's just a guy that knows how to win in his routes. He's legitimately a receiver in a tight end body. A lot of people want to make jokes about like him not being a good blocking tight end. I think he's a much better blocking tight end than people are giving him credit for. But I would say guys like obviously Mayer, Washington are better blocking tight ends in this regard. So I don't like Musgrave here. That's just my opinion. All right. Washington Commanders go with Devon Witherspoon. Forgot he was on the board. And Joey Porter. Well, we already know who's going at 17 then. It's going to be Joey Porter. So Commanders, they want to get more physical corner, I assume. And this is a guy that he is physical. He's nasty. He likes to hit hard. He likes to play hard. Witherspoon's kind of that guy. He's kind of that guy. You could also say Joey Porter here too. Honestly, I'm cool with either or. Commanders are kind of in a position where I think I know tight end's kind of a fancy pick here, but for value's sake, I don't think it's the good pick. I think they could probably get if they really do want to invest in a good tight end, they could probably do it in round 2 with their pick. Maybe if one of the top 4 are still on the board in Musgrave, Kincaid, Mayer, or Washington, be like, oh, that's crazy. None of them are going to be there. It's like, good prospects fall. And I imagine one of those 4 might be there when the Washington Commanders are picking in the second round. But you also bring up, even if they're not there, guys like Tucker Kraft or Sam Laporta would definitely kind of be on the radar. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, they take a corner. They take Deonte Banks, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Deonte Banks is actually a better fit than Joey Porter to the system. You're dealing with a really good athlete in Banks. Porter's a pretty darn good athlete as well, but I would say Banks is probably, in terms of being a corner that can mirror, that can play a lot of man, might be a bit of a better fit. Is it a like, depending on where you are with Banks and Porter, how far apart, you might weight Porter here a bit more than Banks. Like for me, Banks, he's kind of I think he's in like the 20s for me on my board. So I probably me personally, I'd lean Porter, but like, dude, I think Banks is on the radar. Detroit Lions, first pick was Jalen Carter. Next pick is freaking, yo, why everyone mocking a tight end here for the Lions? Lions fans are gonna be they're so mad in my comment section. This ain't even my mock draft. They're gonna be so mad in my comments. They're gonna be so mad. I apologize, Lions fans. It's a fun idea getting them a tight end because they really don't have a high caliber tight end on their roster. You could push like, oh, Michael Mayer's a blocking tight end. He's exactly the type of guy that they would love. You could also make a case for like Darnell Washington. It's like, oh, at least we're getting a 6th offensive lineman. That makes sense in my mind. But it's like Mayer's a really good blocker in his own right. Brings some plus as a receiver. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's not that athletic. It's like, yo, he'll get by, man. It's like, you're basically, this is kind of like a Mark Andrews type of player. So I don't think Detroit does this at 18. I think with maybe their second pick or their first pick in the second round, maybe they look at what tight ends have fallen from that top 4. All right, who's still left on the board here? Because we got Tampa coming up. Porter makes sense. Nolan Smith makes sense. Have we seen Tyree Wilson? Did I just miss Tyree Wilson? I didn't. Okay, Tyree Wilson makes sense. As well as whoever they have as the next tackle. So let's go ahead and see who it is. It's Joey Porter. Okay. Wow, dude. The freaking fall for Tyree Wilson's kind of huge. Joey Porter, man. They get another... Okay, they don't need corner. Like, not like this. Like, they brought back Davis a year ago. They brought back Jamil Dean. It's not nearly that dire. Where did Sean Murphy butt head? I feel like he signed recently, didn't he? Oh, he signed with the Titans. Ooh, that's kind of fun. So, good pick, but I think I'd rather go with either a tackle or the edge rusher. I mean, I get it. Cornerback, it's a corner. It's a volatile position, but... All right, next receiver's off the board here for the Seahawks. Jack Smith and Njigba. This is a pick that I love. You get to pair him up with the obviously DK with Tyler Lockett, and you're just making a scary offense. I know Seahawks fans are like, no defense in this round. It's like, y'all did some stuff on defense during free agency. If y'all want to go offense first 2 rounds and then just start going defense later on, I think that's fine. I'm not gonna lie, Tyree Wilson's kind of hard to pass at this point, but I'm not mad at this pick. Miami Dolphins forfeited their pick. So if you're gonna be one of those people in the comment section like, Chargers have the 21st pick, why are they set at 22? Cowboys have the 26th pick, why are they at like 25 or 27 or whatever, blah blah blah, then just shut up. You're an idiot. Yo, I'm out here calling people idiots. It's all right. They know it. They know it. Don't comment ignorance. Dalton Kincaid going to the Chargers. I love Zay Flowers here. Get that speed. I think that speed's a bit more important than a weapon at tight end for the Chargers. I think Zay Flowers is a good fit. So there's my 2 cents. Baltimore Ravens go Tyree Wilson. Yo. I need to read this blurb. I need to know why he fell. Tyree Wilson's injury has prevented him from being able to eat throughout the process and is a big reason why I believe he will fall. I don't see him out of the top 10, dude. I don't see him getting past 12. That's my opinion. I don't see him getting past 12. I would literally, like, in terms of predicting it, I don't see him get past 12. This would be a phenomenal pick, man. They did let Calais Campbell go, and just getting that guy that can be versatile, play multiple positions, be super nice. What does this do for Lamar? Not much, but I honestly, at this point, I don't know how this Lamar thing ends. Lamar telling everyone he requested a trade at the beginning of March. Like, is he leaving though? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Minnesota Vikings take John Michael Schmitz. There's sexier picks here. I mean, you force him to be a guard, and are you not content with your other two guard prospects? Because they brought back Bradbury on a good. It was like 3 years, $15 million. That's a good deal. Ezra Cleveland's been good, and you're kind of hoping. Oh my gosh, who was the LSU guy they got? Oh, his name's escaping me. No, it was just a draft ago, man. I swear, new draft, and suddenly I just forget the names of everyone in the prior drafts. Oh, LSU. Oh no, I gotta know the name. Minnesota Vikings depth chart. Give it to me. Ed Ingram, there we go. Right on the tip of my tongue. I kept thinking Damian Lewis. I was like, no, that's Seahawks. These LSU's guys got me messed up. Yeah, I just don't see why. Why? Let's kind of read this. With this pick, they decide to upgrade you're upgrading the offensive line. Like, arguably, I think this might be an upgrade from Bradbury, who's honestly, I think, been like at least like a top 15 guy, top 15 center in the league. For like top 15, top 20. But like, you could go Brian Branch, you could go Zay Flowers, you could get fun, you could get crazy, you could get sexy. You could go Cam Smith for all I care. You could go Nolan Smith. Like, shoot, man, there's a lot of different avenues they could have went here. A lot. And they didn't. Jacksonville Jaguars go with Darnell Wright. I actually like this pick. You could literally immediately put him at right tackle, and you could decide to either put Walker Little at left tackle, keep Cam Robinson there, maybe put the other at guard, depending on how you feel about Ben Barch in year 2 at guard. Like, even Darnell Wright could come in and play guard immediately if you really want him to. But I don't mind this pick. I like it. Zay Flowers going to the Giants. This is a great pick. Yeah, it's not size, but it is what it is. They brought back Darius Slay. They have Hodgins. I don't know. Former Oregon State great receiver. I actually was a big fan of him as a mid to late day 3 guy. Few drafts ago. That was like what, 3 years ago, something like that. But Zay Flowers, man, just get that explosiveness, man. Just keep catering to your quarterback who you signed on a 4-year deal. Granted, it could be a 2-year. Dallas Cowboys go Kalijah Kancey. I know some people are like, yay, but it's like, yo, Cowboys, your run game, your run defense up middle, y'all are squishy as hell up the middle. Y'all like one of the most mediocre teams against the run. Full stop, facts. I had someone come at me like, oh, getting a nose tackle like player is stupid. That's not what our scheme demands. And it's like, man, do you know how complex schemes are? If they're like, you know what, man, maybe getting a big space eater in the middle might be more beneficial to us than having these sub 300-pound guys like Asa Odigizua, who I freaking love, then yeah, no, let's go ahead and get that. Like, no lie, Nolan Smith kind of be sexy on the outside. I'm not going to lie. That would be kind of sexy. It'd be kind of fun, but Like, Kansas does not, I think, help this team. If anything, this feels like more of an upgrade from Osa Odigizua. That's kind of what you're kind of hoping, because Kansas kind of a unicorn too. So I'm not a big fan of it. Buffalo Bills, Joe Tipman. He is another flavor choice. Why is suddenly everyone crapping on Osiris Torrance? Suddenly he's just not in first round mocks, and it's just all these other interior guys. Tipman, great athlete. I feel like Osiris Torrance is more the cup of tea that they would go with. I get it, Tipman's a big guy too, but I think it's Osiris Torrance. Cincinnati Bengals take Jahmyr Gibbs. Why would they go running back? He says, I believe Joe Mixon will be a cap casualty eventually. And guess what? I don't care. It's a good running back class. Get a running back later. I think you keep addressing the offensive line. You got your... I think DeJuan Jones would be great. It would be huge. You get Orlando Brown, and then you get DeJuan Jones on both sides. The team that started running a lot more gap concepts, blocking concepts in the middle of the season. Him and Brown will be eating for days because they know Jonah Williams, that dude's out. At this point, I'm firmly believe they're going to move William or Jackson Carman back into left guard. For all you Colts, Volson, Cordell Volson, whatever, the North Dakota State former tackle, better NFL guard body. I know you're like, oh, he had an all right rookie year. It's like, yeah, he's also like he was a day 3 pick. Come on, guys, come on. Yeah, I don't love this pick. 2 run backs in the first round. Y'all know me. I'm not a big run back guy, though. Derek Hall. Okay, still no Nolan Smith. Okay. Not that Nolan Smith ain't really a fit here. Honestly, like Hall, even Hall as a fit, I'm not positive about. I feel like Felix Anudike-Uzomah might be more of the type of guy Dennis Allen would like. I still think here you're probably dipping on the interior. Brian Brazee. You got Adetomiwa Adebari. I think those are 2 guys I would definitely consider here for the Saints. Eagles, they go Brian Branch. Okay, this is kind of cool. Brian Branch has kind of been a name where he's been falling out of favor in these mock drafts. I've seen him fall out of the first round in a few of them, but I freaking absolutely love Brian Branch. Even if you just have him do the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson role there. Who they bring in? Terrell Edmonds? Okay, I don't care. Kansas City Chiefs get Nolan Smith. Okay, there we go. I mean, hey, this team was having Willie Gay rush at some points from the edge position. So getting Nolan Smith, yo, ooh. I kind of like that. That's why I've become more open to them going with guys that aren't traditional Spagnola guys. Like even like Will McDonald here at this pick, BJ Ojolari. I think those are guys that I think Kansas City might consider. So Nolan Smith, I like that here. But that's the mock draft. Let me know what you think. Osiris Torrance. Yeah, it is what it is. No Brian Brazee, no Eddie Tamiwa. We didn't see Darnell. No, we saw Darnell, right? It was Anton Harrison, who I just think I like better than the general draft community, maybe. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing as always. Until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.